What's up, fourth grade? All righty, back here for some more of chapter 8. Today we're talking about 8.2 and multiples of fractions. Yesterday we talked about multiples of unit fractions, where all of our fractions had a numerator of 1. Today we're talking about multiples of just fractions in general that don't necessarily have a numerator of 1. But I promise you, if you rocked yesterday's lesson, and I know you did, you're going to do great today too, okay? So let's just watch me on this one, and then we'll do the next one together, okay? So we've got 2 and 2/8. Whenever we're doing multiples, remember, whether we're doing multiples of 5, multiples of 10, or multiples of 100, we always start with 1 times whatever that number is, right? So same thing here. We're going to start with 1 times whatever our fraction is, which is 2/8, okay? So 2/8 is the same thing as 1 times 2/8. That makes sense, right? You're still with me? Okay. So for the next multiple, after 1, we would do 2 times 2/8. All right, now remember, I showed you yesterday when we're multiplying whole numbers times fractions, which numbers we're multiplying together. Who remembers what numbers we're multiplying together? Oh, I heard it. Great job. Yes, we are multiplying together the whole number times the numerator. So what is 2 times 2? Very good. 4. So 4 is going to be my numerator. And what's my rule with fractions? The denominator always does what? Stays the same. Good job. So that 8 is going to go right there and stay the same. Very good. So then we've got 1, 2. Next would be 3 times 2/8. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing here. What 2 numbers do we have to multiply together? Exactly. The whole number times the numerator. So 3 times 2 is going to give me a new numerator of what? 2, 4, 6, right? So 6 will be my numerator, and then my denominator does what? Stays the same. Very good. And then for our last multiple, I only did 3 multiples today. We're going to do 4 times 2/8. Notice I'm just going up. 1 times 2/8, 2 times 2/8, 3 times 2/8, and now we're up to 4 times 2/8. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to multiply that whole number times that numerator. 4 times 2, fourth grade, is what? Very good. 8. So 8 is going to be my numerator, and my denominator of 8 will continue to stay the same. Great job. All righty. Let's try this one. Make sure, I want you to get a piece of paper and pencil, because I want you to kind of like pause this video, and I want you to try this on your own, okay? And then when you come back together with me, we'll go through it. All right. I'm going to take your word for it that you pause this video and try it on your own before we go through this. All right, so just like up here, we've got 5/10, and we're going to start with 1 times the fraction that we were given. So 1 times 5/10 is the same thing as 5/10. Next, we're going to do 2 times 5/10. Okay? And I'm multiplying which 2 numbers together? Very good. The whole number and the numerator. 2 times 5 gives me 10. So that will be my numerator. And my denominator is going to stay the same all the way across throughout all of these multiples. So I'm going to go ahead and write my numerator out, or my denominator out. All righty. Then next, I've got 1 times 5/10, 2 times 5/10. So then we would do 3 times 5/10. Okay. We're going to multiply together which 2 numbers? Very good. 3 times 5, 5, 10, 15, for a multiple of 15/10. And then for the last one, you should have multiplied together 4 times 5/10. 4 times 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20. So 20 will be my numerator, and 10 stays the same. Very good. All righty. Let's look down here, and we're going to solve these, and then we're actually going to do a couple different things with the answer. So 3 times 3/4. Which two numbers am I going to be multiplying together? Very good. I'm going to be multiplying together the whole number times the numerator. 3 times 3 is what? Very good. 9. So 9 will be my numerator, and my denominator does what? Very good. Stays the same. All righty. Now, I want us to write 9/4 as the product of a whole number and a unit fraction. So if I took that 9/4, how could I say something times a unit fraction? Remember from yesterday, I'm going to show you a little reminder how we took them and did it like this. How could we do that for here? What would be my whole number? Very good. The 9 would be my whole number. And for a unit fraction, the numerator is always 1. Very good. And then the denominator stays the same. All right. Because sometimes there might be a question that asks you to do that. I know you're kind of like, why? I already gave them the answer. Why do they need me to write another problem for it? But it's just so that they can see, we can see, I can see, your teacher can see that you understand what this answer really stands for. It's not just 3 of 3/4 sizes, it's also 9 1/4 size pieces, okay? All right, so let's look at this one. We've got 5 times 2, 6. Which two numbers are we multiplying together? Very good. The 5 times the 2. I keep changing pen colors like I'm changing my clothes, guys. I can't decide. I have too many colors. All right, so 5 times 2 is 10. Very good. And that's going to become our numerator. And our denominator is going to be what? Show me with your fingers. I can see. Very good. 6 is correct. Great job. So 5 times 2, 6 is 10/6. Now, I want to do the same thing that we did with this one. Let's write 10/6 as the product of a whole number times a unit fraction. Okay, so if we look at 10/6, what is my whole number going to be? Very good. It's going to be 10 times, what will my unit fraction be? Very good. My numerator is 1, and that denominator is 6. So 10/6 is the same thing as 10 times 1/6. All right, guys. Very good. Similar to yesterday's lesson, just a little bit different. As always make sure you're checking your folders for any assignments. If you're in my class, you definitely have one to practice these skills. There is going to be a review assignment tomorrow, and your mid-chapter, I know, mid-chapter, we've only done 2 lessons, but this is a very short chapter. So your mid-chapter quiz is going to be on Thursday. Okay, your mid-chapter quiz is on Thursday. So make sure you are practicing these skills so that you are ready for that. All right, guys, have a great day, and I will see you back here on Friday for a new lesson. See you then.